How do you learn to set boundaries as a woman? The first thing that you need to know is always notice what makes you uncomfortable. When you get to that level, you will then realize that you need to get out of those environments that make you uncomfortable. If it's people, if it's at workplace, wherever it is, note whatever makes you uncomfortable and get out of it. That is one way that can really help you to keep a boundary. Another thing that you can do is understand that saying no doesn't mean being rude. Learn to say no without feeling guilty, because if it's something that you're not okay with, why should you say yes? Yet with you, deep down in your heart, you want to say no. So just learn that when you say no, you're not being rude, you're being yourself. Something else that you need to do is you stop overcomplicating your decisions and stop over explaining your decisions. When you have decided and made up your mind to do something, go for it and stop explaining to people. They don't have to understand everything. They don't need to understand all the reasons as to why you're making those decisions. So the best thing that you can do is when you make a decision, just go for it. Don't explain yourself to anyone. Something else that can really help you as a woman that is learning to maintain and keep boundaries is you accept that not everyone will like your boundaries. Because there are some people who might be in your life just because they want to take advantage, or even at workplace, or even family members or friends. So you have to realize that not everyone will be okay with your boundaries. And once you have realized that, it can really help you to figure out and know people that just want to step on the floor just to make you uncomfortable or take advantage of you. When you have reached that point, it can really help you to keep those boundaries and even to mention them to them, because you have already realized that these people are always taking advantage of me. So the best thing that I need to realize in this point is that they don't have to agree with my boundaries. As long as it's something that makes me happy, it doesn't have to make them happy. Okay, something else that can really help you is start by practicing small boundaries first. If, for example, you're trying to you're in your workplace and you're trying to set a boundary, for example, if it's a workmate or a boss that sometimes takes advantage of you, probably they give you too much workload or something that is not in your job description. So you can start little by probably if they send you a text and say, would you mind extending your hours today by 2 or 3 hours? You can let them know, just say, I'm really sorry, but I can't. Just little steps. Sometimes you might come to realize, by the way, that when you say no, they have no powers. They just have to accept, because your job description states that you work from 8 to 5. So if they ask you to stay up to 8 or up to 9, it's up to you if you want to work well. But if, and in this case, we're learning about boundaries, that means that you want to say no, just tell them no. Because you might even realize that they don't have powers over that. When you say no, you'll come to realize that, okay, so I have the powers to say no. And you know what? They can't challenge that, because your job description states 8 to 5. Something else that you can do as a woman that is learning to set boundaries and maintain boundaries is you have to release the need to be liked by everyone. Not everybody has to like you. In any circumstance, whether it's family, whether it's at your workplace, whether it's friendships, whether it's with relationships, not everyone has to like you. Even Jesus was not liked by everyone. Yeah, so not everyone has to like you. Vibe with people who vibe with you, and if someone doesn't vibe with you, don't force situations. Just understand that nobody has to like you, by the way. Coming to think of it, do you know you don't have to be liked by everyone? You don't have to. It's life. We have different personalities, we have different temperaments, so we attract those who like us and we like those who attract us. Very simple. Something else that you can do is you need to notice who benefits when you have no boundaries. Know those people who are here just to take advantage and mark them, because you need to teach them a lesson that Now I am a different person. You can't take advantage of me. And you will come to realize, by the way, there are people who always want you to say yes to everything. But the moment you say no, the moment you're a bit hesitant about their requests and their demands, they start stepping away, or they start showing you their true colors, which you never knew. So one thing you need to realize is not those people that when you start setting boundaries, they start drifting away. That means they were stepping on the places that they were not supposed to. And you'll be so proud of yourself, by the way, when you have learned to keep those boundaries, because you feel happy, honestly. When you're a person who doesn't have boundaries, people take advantage of you. You don't get to explore your full potential because you're always trying to please other people. But when you get to a point of learning to choose yourself and setting boundaries, you'll even realize that your productivity will go up. You will attract the right people. Could be there are people who really were really meant to be in your life, but because you're breaking boundaries, because you're compromising lots of things, they could not be in your life. But at this point where you have learned to just keep off and keep your boundaries and maintain your boundaries, you get to attract the right people, people that are meant to be in your life. Something else that you need to do is allow yourself to change your mind. Because when you start this journey of protecting yourself and protecting your boundaries, you will come to realize that there are a lot of things that you'll need to change. Probably you are too much, you're giving too much to other people, such that you never had time on your own, or you never had the chance to tap into your energies. So at this point, when you have realized that, okay, so I can really maintain my own boundaries, so that means I have a choice to say no, or I have a choice to say yes. You'll start to realize that you'll change your mind on lots of things. You might even change your mind about where you live, the person you date, the friendships that you have, your workplace, your business. You might realize that things will change, and it's okay. You need to learn that you'll keep changing your mind every other time. And the last bit that can really help you to learn to set your boundaries is choose your peace even when it feels uncomfortable. As long as it gives you peace, sometimes saying no to someone could be a bit uncomfortable for you, but trust me, with time you'll come to learn that it is for the best of you. So one thing I will tell you today is challenge yourself to learn to set boundaries. There's a lot that comes with it, positive things that come with this. When you learn to set your boundaries, you'll attract the right people in your life. When you learn to set boundaries, you will cut off people who are taking advantage of you. When you learn to set boundaries, your productivity will go up. When you learn to set boundaries, trust me, you'll become a better person that you never knew existed. So I wish you well and lots of love.